Hey guys, and welcome to Tech Fortitude, and today in this video we're going to see how to create a one-on-one video call app using Android Studio and ZegoCloud's UI kit. So let's get started. So ZegoCloud is a global communication service provider who can provide you with some awesome, developer-friendly and powerful SDK and APIs to build so many communication features inside your app, such as video conferencing, chatting, live streaming, and etc. So we're going to start creating our app right now, and we're going to use their UiKits toolkit. So we're gonna go step by step first. Okay, so you can click the link in the description box down below, and they are providing 10,000 free minutes of usage for using ZegoCloud entirely for free. So let's get started. So first, let's start by creating a new project in Android Studio, and then I'm going to select the empty views activity, and we're going to just name our app like, let's say, video pal, yeah, something like that. And also make sure that you select language as Java, because we're not going to code in Kotlin. So go ahead and select Java, and Gradle configuration it just remains the same. Just finish. So our app is now loading, and now meanwhile we need to create a free account on ZegoCloud. So let's do that. So you can click the link in description box down below to navigate to this site over here. So this is what we're going to use. This is called as UiKits, and this is from ZegoCloud, and we're going to use this to code our app in the backend. So we're going to go ahead and create a new account. So let's click sign up, and now you can sign in with your credentials. So let's do that and start your free trial. So with our free trial we get 10,000 minutes for free. We can use the 10,000 minutes seamlessly. So this is how your dashboard looks like when you sign up to ZegoCloud, and we have created our account, and of course you are having 10,000 minutes free to use any ZegoCloud products which is inside this free account. And now we're going to start coding our app. So first of all, we need to add the Jetpack library, and we need to add the SDK for ZegoCloud into our Android application. So let's do that by going into settings.gradle file, which is this one, and we're gonna add in Maven, and inside Maven I'm gonna type URL is equal to URI, and then I'm gonna type https://jetpack.io, and then we're gonna type another Maven here, Maven URL is equal to URI, and then we're gonna type https storage.zego.im/Maven. Then just go ahead and sync your project, and when we go to build, the build is successful. And now we need to add the SDK for video and voice chat. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and click this build.gradle file, and we're gonna implement the SDK. So let's do that. Just type this line here. So this will import the latest release of the UiKits SDK. So now it will download, and yeah, so it's downloaded. And now let's just go ahead and start the coding. So we need to go ahead and create a new button here. I'm gonna delete this text view, and we're gonna create a new button. So we're gonna create it, button wrap. I'm gonna type ID, and I'm gonna name the button as BTN call, and then I'm going to add a text to the button, which is start call. That's it. And now let's just add it to the constraints so that we can center this button. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go to main activity, and we need to create a new activity right here. So let's just go ahead and click here, click new, and click activity, and click empty views activity, and I'm going to name it as call activity. and just create this new activity right here. Meanwhile, we can just go ahead and initialize the button first. So button, and I'm gonna name the button as let's just add an identifier. So btn call is going to be the identifier for the button. And then what we're gonna do is we need to get the button from the layout. So let's do that. So it's btn call is equal to find view by id or .id .btn call, and then we're gonna set a click listener to the button. So btn call dot set on click listener new on click listener, and we're gonna create a new intent here. So intent is equal to new intent, and the intent is going to be from main activity dot this, and we're gonna move from main activity to call activity. So it's going to be call activity dot class, and then we're gonna start the intent. So start activity, and then I'm gonna type intent, and that's it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run our app to see whether this function works or not. Okay, so the app is here, and now once we click this start call button, it should move to the call activity just like that. And if we just go back, it should go back to the main activity, and again if we click this, they should move to the call activity. So this is how it works. So now we have integrated the SDK. So now we need to code the function to start the call. So let's do that. Okay, so once we click this start call, this should move to the call activity. At the same time, the call should be connected. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So we're gonna go over to our call activity, and we're gonna start coding. So now just focus this. Okay, so first of all, we need to create a new project in the ZegoCloud. So let's do that. And as well as we can see that the free minutes trial, we have 10,000 minutes entirely for free. Now just go ahead and click create your first project here, and now we're gonna create a voice and video call application. So we're gonna click that and then click next. I'm gonna name it as video pal, and this is going to be developed using UiKits from ZegoCloud. So we're gonna click start with ZegoCloud's UiKits, and yeah, it's that simple. Now our app is creating on ZegoCloud, so let's wait. Okay, so now just click the start building your app, and then from here we're gonna build it for Android. So we're gonna click this and wait, and then just click this save and start to integrate. And yeah, so now we have got our credentials. Now let's just click go to admin console, and our app should be displayed here. So now we need to click this, and we have got our credentials right over here. You will get your credentials on your own. So now we'll just start coding the app. So watch this carefully. Let us start by creating a long integer here, and we're gonna call the long integer as app id, and then we're gonna create the log integer, and this is going to be our app id, and you can get your app id from ZegoCloud. So this is my app id. We're gonna copy that by just clicking on it and pasting it, and then we're gonna start by creating a new string. So let's just create a new string here, and we're gonna name the string as app sign. So app sign, just copy the app sign from ZegoCloud itself. So we have got our app sign here, and now we have copied it. So let us just paste this here, and now what we need to do is we're going to create another string here. So we're going to create a new string. It's going to be called as user id, and which is going to be build dot manufacturer plus underscore plus, and we're going to create a new function here. So it is test random user id. So what we're doing here is we're going to create a random user id based on the device and the type of user we have we are facing. So basically you can customize this according to your needs, which means if your user uses your app with a separate username, you can load that username to the interface and you can start the call. So we're gonna create a new function here. So I'm gonna right click here, I'm gonna click show context. So actually it's not a variable, it's a method. So I'm gonna type a bracket here, and this should show me, yeah, create method. So we have created this method, and now let's just go ahead and create a new string here. The string is going to be username, and we're gonna type username as user underscore plus user ID. And then we're gonna create another string called as call ID. The call ID is going to be test call ID. Okay, so now we have created all the strings and all the variables for our application. So now let's just code this function right here. Follow me once again. So string builder, and it's going to be builder, and it is going to be a new string builder. Okay, and then we're gonna create a new random function here. So random is equal to new random, and then we're gonna create a while loop here. So while builder dot length is lesser than 5, then the loop should start. We're gonna create a new integer, and the integer is going to be next integer, which means it is going to create another integer when the builder length is lesser than 5. So I'm gonna create a new integer here. So the integer is going to be a random number, and the random next int, so the random should be 5, so the random should be 10 as the boundary. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new if statement here, and the if statement is builder dot length is equal to 0, and the next integer is equal to 0, which means everything remains 0. In that case, we're gonna go ahead and continue. And then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna type builder dot append, and we're gonna append it to the next int. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and create a return statement here. So return builder dot toString. So we're gonna convert it to toString, which means a random user ID is generated with random integers. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, so I have created a random user ID method, and now we're gonna code our actual calling function. So we're gonna do that by just going ahead and type Zego UiKit pre-built call config is equal to new Zego UiKit call config dot one-on-one video call, and then we're gonna go ahead and create a new call fragment here, and the call fragment is going to be the same activity as the call activity. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and create the call fragment, and it's going to be a new instance. And then what we're gonna do is load all these credentials, this app ID, app sign, username, call ID, to this new instance. So let's do that by typing app ID, and we're gonna need app sign, and then we're gonna need user ID, and then we're gonna need username, and we're gonna need the call ID, and we're gonna need the config, and that's it. And now let's just close this. Then we're gonna go ahead and type get support fragment manager dot begin transaction, and it's going to be replacing or dot id dot fragment container, and it's going to be fragment dot commit now. So now we can see we have got an error because we haven't created a fragment container yet. So we can do that by going into activity call, and we're gonna just add a new ID here. So we're gonna add it as fragment container, and that's it. If we go to call activity, then we should see this app here. So now this is time to running the app, so let's do that. So we're gonna run Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let's just delete this new feature here, and if we run this, the error should be solved. Okay, so there we go. So now hopefully when we click on start call, this should load us a new call. So let's do that. There we go, we have created our own video call application. So when we just click allow, and there we go. And also we can see that it just generated a random user call ID. So that's how it works. It has all the features a normal video call app has. Okay, it's that simple, and we have created it using ZegoCloud UiKit. Link is in the description box down below. You can check out ZegoCloud, and also you're going to get 10,000 free minutes while signing up to ZegoCloud, and it's going to be entirely for free, and it is developer friendly, and they are providing not only video call and voice call APIs, they are also providing some other awesome SDK and APIs. You can check them out definitely. And I'm going to see you guys in my next video, and also subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to give a like and share, and also subscribe to CyberZypher as well, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye.